time to podcast.
Under our bed.
Yes, indeed. It's been a bit.
Here we go.
There are very few moments in life that really take your breath away, aren't
Yeah,
there?
not very many that you really lose it.
Yeah, and you feel like you cannot breathe.
Like you're trying.
You're trying to breathe, but you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had one of these experiences, though, in the last week or two, and I find myself keep going back to that for, like, energy.
Like replaying it in your mind.
Yeah, do you do the same?
Oh, yeah.
It was, like, so fun.
It was super fun.
It's fun when you can do things when you're old like us. 44 and 43-year-old, 3 years old. We're young.
We're so young.
But we've done a lot. But we did something the other week that we haven't ever done before.
A new adventure.
And it was fun. Skydiving.
Yeah.
Skydiving over Dubai,
Which was
actually.
incredible.
The Palm Island itself.
Very, very cool.
So today we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
And again, what I'm most interested in, it was so fun after we landed, wasn't it? I remember when I landed, I saw you kind of coming down and in, and I was worried that you weren't going to like it.
I know. That's what you said. I was worried I wasn't going to like it too.
I know, because this was kind of my idea. Surprise, surprise. It wasn't Sally's
Shocker.
idea, but you didn't think too hard about it before you jumped in. Why did you jump in and do it? Because I threw out there, hey, we were headed to Dubai for a couple of days, and what are some fun things we could do? And I had heard that skydiving in Dubai was just awesome, so I threw that out there.
Yep.
And you were kind of like, I don't know.
We heard that's the place to do it.
Yeah.
And anyway, so you threw it out there. And at first I said, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You can do it if you want.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm not going to.
Yeah. And then I said, well, maybe I won't do it then, I didn't want to be away from you for whatever, half a day or a couple hours during the trip, when the trip wasn't it was only 4 days.
A quick one. So then I started thinking, and it didn't take me very long. I probably thought for 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe. I think I should do it because, first of all, we may never be in Dubai again in our lives. And if this is the place to do it, then, this is an opportunity to do it. But even more importantly, I wanted to do it with you. I knew that you wanted to do it sometime in your life.
Yes, for sure.
And
I don't know why I've never done it before.
I know.
It's weird. We've spoken about it, but I've never taken the time, I guess.
I think that's what it is. But so I just thought, no, I am going to regret this if I don't do it with Jeff. I mean, who else would I want to skydive with? No one else besides you.
Yeah.
So, and I know you want to do it. So I thought, no, I'm going to do it.
That you didn't communicate it that quick to me though, because I felt like
it was a couple of days.
Yeah, I threw it out there and was excited, and then I'm like, okay, never mind. We kind of started recalibrating plans without it, and but then I came back to you and I was like, no, I think we should do it. I'm going to do it, even if you don't do it. I think I'm going to do it. And
that's when it was the 5 minute. It didn't take me very long. The first time I was set, no, I'm not doing it. But then when you brought it up again, it didn't take me very long to say, nah, we should do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
Why did you decide to do it?
Because of what I said. I wanted to be, I want to do something with you that's going to be a memory, right? This is something we will never forget.
Yeah. So are you glad that we did it?
I'm so glad we did it. It was so much fun.
And you enjoyed it.
I did. And I would do it again.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, as soon as I was the last one to jump out of the plane.
Yes. At 13,000 feet, people, by the way.
Yeah. So I was the last one. And it was funny because as really seconds after we jumped out, I thought, I would do this again.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think that was? It was so quick. I love it.
I don't know. I was surprised at how fast that thought came to me. I thought maybe it, if I thought that, it would be like when the parachute was pulled, and we were floating down gently.
Or you're safely on the ground.
Yeah. Like, I'd do that again. But no, it was really like, I think it's because it wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. I felt so much safer than I was expecting.
Yeah.
But what did you love about it?
Well, I was thinking about you immediately as well. I thought you wouldn't like it. I was worried. When I went out at first, I was like, yeah, and it was fun. And then after free falling for like a minute at 140 40 miles per hour or whatever, you start to wonder, like, can I breathe? Am I breathing here?
Yeah.
Am I breathing normally?
That was a weird sensation.
I almost felt like I was going to pass out, or a little bit on the verge of that. Not close to that, but that was kind of the thought. And I think, oh no, Sally's not going to like this.
Oh, no.
And then right about that moment, they pull the ripcord, and that's, pretty, I would say, violent, because you're falling at whatever, 130, 140 miles per hour, and you slow down to 40 miles per hour or whatever really quick. And that tug is harsh and hard.
You go from your stomach, your stomach down to upright.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of sudden.
So when that got pulled again, it was pretty, jarring. Now I weigh quite a bit more than you, so maybe I felt it more. I don't know. But I was like, oh no, that's going to be too jarring for Sally. But then again, like I said, so we flutter down and land, and I look up immediately to the sky. I'm like, is that you? And it wasn't. It was someone else. And then you were the next one. And right when you landed, you're like, smile. I could tell you had fun.
Yeah.
So those things didn't bother you.
Mm-mm. No, I mean, the breath thing, yes, a little bit.
Yeah.
But it didn't last very long, like you said. It was kind of like you started feeling that way, and then really soon after, they pulled the thing and it stopped because you slowed down.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned maybe they have it timed, they know that's when that point of the fall is when you start kind of feeling that way. And so they...
Yeah, they might
know to pull it.
I mean,
don't know.
They're experts. That's what's crazy. I was talking to my guy. So we obviously jumped in tandem.
Oh, yeah.
So we both had guys strapped to our backs.
Which is what made me feel so safe, I think. Okay, I have this expert. I don't have to do anything. I'm just along for the ride.
What was your guy's name?
Oh, I don't remember.
He was from Italy.
Yeah, I don't remember his name. Do you remember your guy's name?
No. My guy was from Transylvania.
I know. That's
and here's my point. So he's he does this 8 to 10 times a day. So he just, it's like,
what a job.
Yeah. And it was so funny. So I thought one of the most fun times was jumping out.
Yeah.
Cause I could feel okay, here we go. You walk towards the open door, and it's I was just looking over the edge going, okay, here we go. And you just fling yourself out there. I really like that.
Did you actually, we didn't talk about this. Did you actually fling yourself?
No. I mean, I guess. He's in control,
how much work did he do versus you?
He did it mainly because you see in the video, he goes back once and then back a second and then goes out.
Yeah.
But I could feel him doing that, right? So I'm kind of going with him a little bit, and and you just immediately are out there, and that's just so fun. But what's so funny is, he does that 8 or 10 times. Anyway, so you fall down and you go down. You get into this, they say, get into a banana with your arms back and your legs back. And then I told him, hey, I'm adventurous, do what you want. So he started doing tricks with me, he wrapped me up in a pretzel and started diving us right, diving us left, twirling around a bunch of times. Yeah, it was super fun. But here's the point. He pulls the ripcord and we slow down, and he's like, how you doing? I'm like, great, this is fun. He's like, can you believe that I was a dentist? That's really what he said. He said, I was a dentist for several years. And he was from Transylvania in Europe. And he said, I hated every minute of it.
Well, he did a total job change.
Now he's jumping every day. It was funny. I asked him, this was his 6,000th jump or something like that.
Did he say how many years he'd been doing it?
Several years. And and again, they just do 8 to 10 times a day.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Well, we saw the operation. It was pretty impressive. It was a money printing machine.
Oh yeah.
And it was really well run, really, really well organized. You go there, you sign your life away.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel about doing that?
I didn't think about that part.
Well, how was the buildup? Did you think about it much before we went?
No, I didn't, which is why I think one of the reasons I was probably okay.
We didn't talk about it
on
purpose. I didn't want to talk to you about it.
I didn't think about it we just went. Even when we got there, I didn't think about it.
Was this on purpose?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what I told myself was as I was walking up to the door, when I started getting nervous when I was the only one left in the airplane.
Oh, to the open door.
To the open door. And I just told myself, look, you have done a lot of scary, hard things.
Yes.
You can do this.
You can.
And let's be honest, the first thing I thought of was you have gone on the craziest water slide in Mexico that has ever been invented.
We got to tell that story sometime.
So you're okay.
Yeah.
Like this is
Did
easy.
you think about
yes,
that?
Yes, that was my first
I thought you were going to say something like, you have had 4 children.
No, it was the water slide in Mexico. I was like, if I can do that, I can jump out of this plane.
Or your husband has run for governor.
No.
It was the water slide in Mexico.
Slide.
I know what you're talking about, though. The water slide where you had to wear a full hockey mask.
Yeah, and knee pads and elbow pads. And
you got into like body armor. You knew that was bad.
That was way scarier to me still than skydiving. I don't think I would do that water slide again, but I would skydive again.
I admit, I took my oldest son bungee jumping. We went to Australia and New Zealand 5 years ago or something like that. Actually, I guess it would have been like 7 now.
Wow.
Because Dallin turned 13 while we were there, and he's
right.
now 20. Anyway, 7 years ago, we went to Australia and New Zealand, and I bungee jumped off that first bridge where bungee was invented. And I just swan dived. Do you remember that?
Yes.
I just went, and then Dallin went, and he jumped, and then he tried to backpedal. Never mind.
Flailing his arms and
never mind.
Running backwards.
Which is kind of worse because then it kind of flicks you in the end. It snaps you. Anyways, my point was, I feel like that was more scary even than skydiving.
Yeah, it seems more scary to me. I don't think that I would be up for bungee jumping. That seems like, one
of the things about skydiving is if you're going to die, it's going to take a couple minutes, or a while. Whereas bungee jumping is it didn't work. Or that water slide, you're dead.
Yeah. I don't know. It seemed more controlled, skydiving. It really did. I was surprised. Were you surprised at how, you jump out and you're falling fast, but it didn't seem like you were plummeting to the ground? Yeah,
you're just so high up there, I guess. No, it didn't really feel like that.
It seemed super controlled to me.
Yeah, and someone asked me about it. I can't remember. Someone that saw a picture online asked me about it, and it's kind of like going in an airplane or whatever. Your body quickly acclimates to the speed that you're going.
Yeah, it didn't seem that fast. Like you say, we were going 140, falling at 140 miles per hour. It did not seem like that.
Yeah.
I guess, it didn't seem that fast. It was fast, but I would not have thought that fast.
Yeah. Really, probably maybe the scariest part of skydiving is just the anticipation. Mm-hmm. So it's a machine. You sign your life away. You go in there. You get trained.
Yeah.
You meet your instructor. You go out. You get on a little bus. They take you over to the plane. And then, of course, the plane's really loud. Yeah. And you're getting on a plane. And the plane takes off over the water in this instance, which was fun and interesting. And then you have a 15-minute plane ride to kind of, and you can't
kind of get nervous.
Yeah, you can't. And it's loud in there, so you're kind of maybe talking. Your instructor's yelling in your ear, or you're asking questions to your instructor. But it's not like you're talking around.
No,
I kept looking at you and just thumbing up.
Yeah,
and you were like, thumb up.
Yeah. We weren't sitting next to each other. Mm-hmm. We were far away, really.
Yeah.
I mean, for a plane, a little plane. Yeah. We were across and you were down a little bit, but.
Yeah. And they just have those benches on the side, kind of like on a military plane.
Yeah.
And you're just lined up there. And then all of a sudden they just whoosh, open the door. And they're
so
here we go.
When they opened the door and people started going, actually they opened the door a little bit before, but when people started actually
disappearing
going
from
out,
the plane,
my instructor, he took off my seatbelt and then actually hooked me to the airplane.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. He said, I'm just going to hook you to the plane. And I was like, okay. So I don't slide out, because people were going.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, all right. That makes me feel good.
Seriously or
no? No, seriously.
Yeah,
I didn't.
You weren't going anywhere.
I didn't. Well, I guess I did feel good. But then at the same time, okay, that makes me a little nervous, that.
What did he say to you while you were like scooting down towards the opening? You know what I mean? Because you're on this bench and the first person goes, and then the next people just start disappearing into thin air. And you keep getting kind of closer and closer.
Yeah. He was like getting us ready.
Okay.
So we didn't start getting ready until probably 3 people had already gone.
Okay.
So he started, doing the straps the way tighter and all that stuff, and so.
And didn't you say he asked you, like, are you scared or something?
Yeah, he asked me, are you scared? And I thought he said, are you okay? And so I said, yes. And then he started to saying, like, oh, it's okay. Take some deep breaths. And I was like, all right, I'm just going along with it. Anyway,
then you jump for it.
Yeah, he was really nice. He was good. And our photographer was I think our photographer was more worried about me than anybody.
Really? Why?
Maybe. I don't know. It was just funny when we got to the opening, like right away. Before we started doing anything, he stuck my chin up, pushed my chin up. Didn't just say, okay, head back. He just pushed it so that I didn't look down or
so they have you put your head back, like on your instructor's shoulder. Mm-hmm. And that might be good for, I think it's so you're not like staring straight down into the abyss.
Yeah. I think it's 2 reasons. Yeah. That, and then also because you're supposed to be in that banana shape. And I think that banana shape just helps it be a more controlled fall, and so that your body is used to it, and it's like just the best, probably for breathing and stuff too when you're going that fast.
Yeah,
anyway,
that was fun.
It was so fun.
Skydiving. I find myself thinking about it as we've been home a couple of weeks, just going back to just smiling when I think about it. Do you do the same?
Well, it's funny. They gave us these videos, that came with the jump. They give, which is super cool. They give you a video.
We'll put a link to these videos maybe in the show notes.
Yeah, we should. That would be funny. Anyway, and I when I see that video, I kind of think, I can't believe I did that. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, the videos are cool too. I mean, they have great music and they're timed to the music. And
yeah, they're really good.
So when you were hanging out of the edge, let's say, so to speak, you didn't never really look down.
No.
Because your head was back.
I did not look down at all, ever.
Got it. Yeah, and then how was the landing?
Oh, the landing.
He said, "You're so light. Let's just land on our feet." Right?
Yeah.
Did you land on your feet?
He just told me. So in the training, they tell you, okay, your instructor's going to tell you to put your feet up when you start landing, and then keep them up, and they showed you, showed the person landing on their buns, like you slide in on your buns like a home run or something, And and anyway, so we start getting close to the ground, and he hadn't said, put your feet up. And so I said to him, should I put my feet up? And he said, yeah, you can put your feet up. And so I put them up, and then we get close to the ground, and he said, we're just going to land on our feet. So just put your feet down and we'll land together.
Oh, that's cool.
So I did.
Yeah, I slid into home base.
It was fun.
Yeah. Did that feel relieving to get on the ground?
Yeah.
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 It was it pulled on you quite a bit going down slower. And, you did all these turns. It was really pretty and fun. And you got a great view, obviously, of the skyscrapers, the cityscape, as well as obviously the ocean where we did it. It was super pretty.
It was beautiful. But yeah, you did start getting to the point where you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Because it does pull on you.
Yeah. Like I think those guys.
It starts getting really uncomfortable.
Yeah. I think those guys get used to it. Here's a little bit of your video, babe. I wish you guys could see this. Let's hear it.
So funny.
So Sal goes right out right there. I can fly.
Yeah, the music is really cool. They did a good job. But it's so funny in my video, like the camera guys, like waving and trying to get me to do all this stuff. And I thought I was like doing it, like the way that he was doing it, like waving in front of my face. But I wasn't. When I saw the video, my arms were like out, to my sides, and I'm like waving and smiling, and I look ridiculous. But
you always look like you're like, stop.
I look like help. But I wasn't. I was having tons of fun. But it's funny because I felt like my arms were pulled into me, but they weren't. I think you're going so fast. I think it was hard for me to get them
back close to you.
Yeah, but I thought that they were, but they weren't. Anyway, that's just a side note.
So what have you done recently to take your breath away, people? In a good way.
In a good way, yes.
Because you can get in a bad way
Yeah,
too.
no.
But this was a good
to
breath
feel
away.
alive.
Feel alive.
And invigorated. And
skydiving's an option.
And
if you
young.
haven't done it, look into it. That's right. Young again.
You can do it lots of places.
Yeah. Look into skydiving. It was a fun adventure.
It was fun. Highly recommend it.
Let's do it again sometime. So.
You got it.
Okay. Good night.
Good night. Love you.
Please leave a rating and review for Under Our Bed at your favorite podcast platform. And don't forget to subscribe to the Extraordinary Us podcast with Jeff Burningham as well.
Hey guys, it's Jeff from the Extraordinary Us podcast. Thank you for listening to Under Our Bed. And a quick reminder to subscribe to Extraordinary Us. Also, tell your friends, leave a rating and review. We hope that this is uplifting. These stories inspire you and help you understand and realize that no matter our differences, we always have more in common. Let's build each other up with kindness and compassion. We got great guests coming up, including the governor of Utah, venture capitalists, all kinds of interesting people. Look forward to seeing you soon on the Extraordinary Us podcast.